Hi, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. So today's topic is not stand-up comedy. It's a something that I've been thinking about, and I think finally today I thought, let me make a video on it. Maybe it'll help somebody. So this concept of some random person telling you something and it changes your life. Okay? I was just watching a YouTube video on a cinematographer, a cameraman who works in India. He's worked in a lot of big movies. And his journey started off by some random studio person telling him that the pictures he took looked professional. This was when he was very young. He took some pictures in a family gathering, and the studio guy saw those pictures, was impressed, and told him, "Hey, you have an eye for photography." He didn't think much of it at the time, but later on he became, something about what he said maybe stuck with him. And funny enough, this thing happened in my life in a very, not that big a way, but it did actually make a big impact in my life. I was in my second year in the US. I was a grad student at the university. I was teaching a physics lab. And I remember this very well because it turned my experience in grad school so much. I was teaching this physics lab. There were about 20 undergrad students. I was a grad student. And we got along well because we were having fun in the lab. Yeah, the lab was going on. There was not a whole lot I needed to do, so I would just chat with them and talk to them. And somewhere maybe in between the semester, one of the students randomly told me, "Hey Suresh, you should try the radio station and be a DJ." And I'm like, I've never heard of the radio station. I don't know what it is. And I've never done anything of that craziness in my life. I've never been on stage. I've never done anything in my undergrad. And so this guy said it, and I didn't think much of it. But on my path from the physics lab to my department, where I was a grad student, the radio station was on the way. It was on my path. And from that day onwards, I started noticing this thing. And then I saw a sign saying, "Hey, you know what? We'll train you for a few weeks, and you become a DJ or a disc jockey." Those days, today you call them RJs. And then, what I don't know what he said, or because I just was in a time where I wanted to try things out, I signed up. And in a month or so, I was given the license, and I was on a 2 a.m. radio program in the middle of nowhere. I mean, at the university radio station, doing this, and I was like looking back, what did this guy tell me? And I couldn't even go back and thank him because I never knew that was just a student. I didn't even know who it was. I can't even go back and tell him thank you because I did that radio station. I ended up hosting a radio show for the next several years during grad school. And it changed my life. It gave me so many different experiences on campus that I can't even explain. And in fact, the business I started later was a media business related to what I did. In fact, the idea kind of originated there. So again, I'm just pointing out one small thing. Maybe you can call him a random person, but he noticed something in what I was doing, saying that I might, because I didn't even know I would like it. I actually liked it. So this is the point. What I'm trying to make here is I want to give that forward. I want to make that a point so people know there might be points in your life. Somebody might tell you, "Hey, do this. I see this in you. And this is something you may not see in yourself." That happens. That happens because sometimes we don't see what's in ourselves. And somebody says that to you, take it. Sometimes take it and run with it. Okay? And that's my advice for today. Hopefully it helps a whole bunch of people out there.